Okay, first of all, how I shored up the spine, strengthened it. I just use Scotch brand packaging tape. You can use any brand of heavy-duty tape. Start with the front of the cover. The reason we start with the front is wherever you lay the tape down first, that is going to be the area that has the least amount of wrinkles in the tape or bubbles, air bubbles. At least that's true for me all the time. And you just cut off a piece. When I did this, I cut off a piece the length of the insert. You may want to do a smaller piece or insert length, or you can even do longer and then just, trim off either end. It's up to you. Now I just laid it down. We're going to be wrapping the other half of this piece of tape around the back of the insert. So you just lay it down very carefully, and it should go down really smooth. That's why I like to use packaging tape. And then you just carefully run your fingers along, and flatten it, press it against the insert here. Now I do this basically just to strengthen the spine. I'm not really concerned about anything else, and the reason is because my TN Everyday Carry, I typically just throw it in my purse and don't even use a cover. I keep my covers at home so they can remain pretty and pristine. I don't like to take my covers anywhere, except to, like my in-laws, or if we're going to be staying at a hotel for a few days on vacation or something, I may take it, but typically I leave them at home. Now you see how I flipped it over to the reverse, and I began basically in the middle, and I'm flattening the tape and then just going out to either side. It is going to wrinkle, but this is the reverse of your insert, so it doesn't matter. And if you cover it with, decorative papers or whatever, it definitely is not going to matter. But I like to keep everything flat on the front in case I want to use a thin washi tape over here, because if it does get wrinkled, this is going to most likely show through with thin washi tape. But the front is perfect. That's what we wanted. Now, I am an 𝗪𝗀𝗏𝗃 affiliate. My code is on the screen. POSITIVEVIBES10 saves you 10% on your order. It's a multi-use code. This was a B5 journal. It's the one with the raven on top of the stack of books. Raven and books. I love these boxes that come with the little half moon hole here for your finger, and you pull it out. You have an instant little storage space here. I keep my pens in here. I will keep specific little items that are for a certain project. And that's what I've done in this case. Everything I'm going to use for this cover is in here, minus these few washi tapes that were a little too wide to fit in here. So this is all stuff I used in the interior of the journal, and later on you're going to see all that as I take you through a leisurely flip through of the decorated pages. The only thing left to do on my pages in here is to insert the days of the week and the dates. This is from my own collection. This I purchased off of Temu, even though it's in a Cocoa Daisy package there. It is not Cocoa Daisy. And I got this one off of Paper World, I believe. I thought it would look cute in this journal. And I've got some more washi that I used on the inside, and I may use those on the outside. Now, what I know I'm going to use for sure are background papers that are from Cocoa Daisy. They came with my insert. Here we go. That's another one of those clear washi stickers. I'm not exactly sure which papers I'm going to use except for these two pieces here, just because perchance they fit almost perfectly on the cover. And plus they look cute together, and I was just like, oh great, I don't even have to trim these. So we have this sheet of butterfly paper. On the other side, we have this rainbow. Really pretty. Here's what the full sheet looks like. Very sturdy cardstock. I mean, with Cocoa Daisy, you know, it's a little bit pricey, I admit, but you really get your money's worth. But see, look, I had trimmed it down a little bit for something else I did inside, and it fits on here perfect, except of course for this, because I tore it for another sheet in here. And what I'm going to do is put this paper underneath like this. And doesn't that look pretty? And I'm going to distress this edge here with some Tim Holtz Distress Ink by Ranger. This is Tattered Rose, one of my favorites. And what I do, I don't use an applicator. I just grab the ink pad and go for it. Because, you know, this is supposed to be giving it a vintage worn look, like it's been sitting around at the bottom of a trunk for 50 years or something. So it's not going to be perfect. So why take all that time to slowly apply it with an applicator? Well, you can just go like this. So that's what I do most of the time. Once in a while I'll use an applicator, especially if I'm, you know, distressing a small piece of paper, but typically I just use the whole pad and go for it. Another little trick you can do, here's an artist tip, besides using these Archer and Olive boxes for storage, you take your scissors. If you want to distress the edge of a paper, go away from you and then come towards you. And that'll give you a nice rough edge to which your distress ink, or you could use Tombow markers or any other kind of markers. The ink will really stick to that roughened up edge of the paper. And you don't have to be precious about it because, again, you know, this is supposed to be distressed. And again, you do that with any pair of sharp scissors. Works like a charm. I'll show you the difference on this piece since I did not do anything to this one yet, but it's the same pink. You just take it and you see how it mainly just sits right on the edge there. It's not really doing much of anything. Now, I don't want to put that on my tablecloth, but there we go. I roughed up the edge of this. And I'm just taking my pad again and just running it across that edge of the paper any which way. And look at how it's adhering and how it's kind of coming up and a little bit around the edge. That's what you want. You don't want it to stay directly on the very edge of the paper because when you glue it down, you're not going to see much of it. And then you can also take your pad if you want to run a little bit across the paper. Let's run it in a real quick and short. And I hope you can see that, what I did there. I'll do some more down here. And you know how the corners are always extra worn out? And go along the top. And again, if you want, pay extra attention to the corner. And there you go. It's all distressed and ready to be glued down in a couple of minutes. I like to let the ink sit on it just a little bit. I'm going to do the same to this one, maybe. I don't know, because most of it's going to be underneath. I am going to do the top and the bottom. It's not going to come up right to the edge. I will not take it up to the edge. I don't, because when you open and close your insert so many times, what can happen is this just gets a little bit of wear on it and it's going to start to come up. So I don't take it all the way to the edge. What I typically will do is decide on a washi tape I want to use, and I'll lay that washi tape along here first on both sides, and then I will glue down my decorative paper along the edge there. But I am going to distress the top and the bottom, and I wanted to use my fire brick red and I didn't bring it, so let me go get that and I'll be back in a minute. All right, I found my fire brick red distress ink, so I'm happy. Now I'm going to go along the top here and the bottom and rough them up and add the ink. I will not add to this edge because I'm going to be putting some washi tape around there, so that edge of this decorative paper will be covered. And again, I just take my scissors, round toward me 3 or 4 times, then away. And it doesn't matter this pencil line here because that's going to be covered by the butterfly paper. Then again, I just take the, if I can open it, the entire pad. And there you go. And again, let's see. Okay, this is going to be the outer corner. And again, you just very light pressure. You don't want to get a ton of ink on there and ruin your paper. Just enough to where it looks old. Yeah, there's going to be a washi on top of that, so probably didn't even need to do that because the washi tape's going to be there, but whatever, it's done now. Okay, now I have to decide what washi tape I'm going to put on here, and then I'll start with the application of the papers to the cover. I really like this one. This one's really pretty. And like I said, these are all the ones I used inside the insert. Definitely not this one. I use this kind of like stickers. I cut them up and just use them individually. This is from the washi tape shop. So is this one of the strawberries. And this one they included as a freebie on one of my orders. This is actually a BGM tape. And then I have, this is Cocoa Daisy. It came with the Flutterfly kit. I had another roll of Cocoa Daisy over here of leaves. I don't know what happened to that. I'm not going to use that anyway because it would clash with the red in this, wherever that decorative sheet went. There we go. So these are the two I'm going to use on the cover, and I'm really thinking this or maybe the strawberries. No. Also this one. I don't know where I got this one from. Oh wait, yes, the washi tape shop also. I think this is our winner here. And it's nice and wide, so it'll go around the spine completely. I won't have to use another strip of washi. And I'm going to take a strip and cut it the length of the journal. Now, once washi is on the cover, I'm not good at trimming once washi or paper is adhered to something. So I pre-trim, and then I try my best to get as close a fit as humanly possible. Oh, and I cut it crooked, so that's not going to work. Oh yeah, that was real good. Okay. There, that's better. And then I'll do the same to the other end once I pull it out to the length of the insert. Okay. I get real quiet when I do this because I really have to concentrate. So sorry about that. Now, just like with the clear tape, we start on the front of the cover because that'll be where we won't get very many. Wait a minute, do I want it underneath that paper or do I want it on top? I think I want it on top, so let me just... kind of see. Yeah, I'm gonna want it on top because it's sheer enough to where we're gonna see the design of that decorative paper underneath the washi anyhow. So I'm gonna glue this down first. So I need to set this somewhere where I can get it off again. There we go. Okay. I've got a glue stick. I have got a 𝗘𝗹𝗵𝗵𝗏 permanent adhesive. I love this. It's refillable, so you just need to buy a package. I think they come in sets of 2, if I'm not mistaken, but I think you can buy them individually as well. Again, don't care about that pencil line. It's going to be covered by the butterfly paper, so we just flip it over and apply the adhesive. And you want to get it as close to the edge as possible because you don't want any gap in the paper along the edge, or that paper is just going to eventually come up. And since all this is going to be covered, I don't care if I'm getting some adhesive on that insert cover because it's going to get adhesive all over it anyway. Just be careful in doing this that you don't put the paper directly on top of the adhesive that is now stuck on the cover. And then you go to lift it and you ruin your decorative paper. That would not be good. And then I just do just a couple of bits in the middle there. Oh, and this stuff, man, it is really sticky. I got some on my finger the other night, on my thumb. And I had the hardest time getting it off, and it gave me like a little tiny blood blister. All right, pardon me if you see my hair in the camera. I don't know if you do or not. So again, I'm gonna lay this flat. Let's see, where's the middle? Get to see a little sneak peek here. I've got so much ephemera in here, I can't tell where the middle is anymore. It's right here. Right? Oh, yes, this is the middle. Again, remind yourself of where the front is. It's on your right-hand side. Take your decorative paper. And again, you don't want it to touch the spine. You want to leave just a little bit of a gap. So as you're opening and closing your insert, you're not going to cause your decorative paper to become loose. I mean, just start at one end and just start pushing it down as hard as you can. A bone folder would work well for this. A bone folder. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's a bone folder, right? Yeah, that's what it's called. Or you can just take the side of your scissor handle. I have a bone folder, but it's upstairs in my studio, and I do not want to go get it. All right. Now I'm going to take the other paper, and look at how pretty that looks. Ooh, ooh, me likey. My daughter used to always say that. Now she's got me saying it, and I'm how old? Never mind. Let me turn it over and glue this one down. And again, I'm just using the insert as a protective surface so I don't get adhesive anywhere I don't want it. And if it gets on that insert, that is perfectly fine because it'll just help to keep the paper adhered. Now, when you got your waves going, this turns really well if you go slowly. For something like this, you're gonna have to go slow because again, you wanna get that adhesive as close to the edge of the paper and right on the edge of the paper actually, because you don't want any of this to come up. And I'll show you a way a little later in the video of how you can be sure not only will this paper never come up, but you will also protect your cover design front and back. You'll just need one more item. Okay. Now I want to take it and line it up at the corners. I'm telling you, you gotta watch out with that permanent adhesive. It's not like super glue. That's the thing I like about it, because if you get it on your paper where you don't want it, just rub it and it'll come off in little crumbs and you can just get it off very easily. Oh, I love this. It came out so nice. I really didn't think it would look this nice. Okay. Don't you love it? You know, when you surprise yourself. Oh, that turned out better than I expected. Yeah. I am going to have to trim up here, which stinks, because again, like I said, I'm not good at this. And I am trimming off also that fire brick red. I can apply it again. Oh, I got it a teeny bit crooked down here, but well, it's not the end of the world. You have to learn as an artist to not be a perfectionist. Perfectionism, just like comparison, is the thief of joy. Nothing is going to ever turn out absolutely, totally perfect. And if you strive for that, what's going to happen is you're going to add a whole lot of more time to your projects, and you're going to be really frustrated. And you know what? I'm going to have to get the paper on the back of the insert. Oh, and I also have a piece already cut. See what happens? I talk, and my ability to concentrate goes right out the window. So I won't even need that again. Now, for what's going to go on the back. I do have a full sheet of the butterfly paper. I only have this left of the floral print because the other side had all these cute little postage style bits and bobs on it, and I cut them off to use them inside, and then I didn't use them. So I'll be gluing some of those onto the cover, I think. But I could do the same on the back as I did in the front. It's in the shape of a butterfly. And I may have another one laying around here that would be about the same size. I could just stick it on there. I don't know. Do I want to do it? Oh, it would have to be over here anyway. I don't think so. This, I believe, is from another kit. This is the 𝗧𝗺𝗏, and I think this is the, I don't know what it was called. It was something garden. Summer garden, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember. No, don't like that. add this side. Maybe I won't put anything on the back. Maybe instead what I'll do is I'll do some mixed media on the back. I think that would be fun. That's what I'll do. And I will film a separate video of me doing that. I will use put some gesso on here and add some watercolors and acrylics and all that fun stuff. Maybe some stenciling. I do have some cute butterfly stencils I could use on the back. That's what I'll do for the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this washi to cover the front. Because then what I'll probably do is put the mixed media right on top of the washi on the back of the cover, so we won't see this washi on the back. You wanna be sure it's completely adhered along the front. Because again, you don't wanna get any air bubbles in there or wrinkles. And washi tape is extremely thin, and you know, the longer strip of washi you work with, the easier it is to wrinkle it all up. That is just the nature of the beast. And I'm running my fingernail right in that little fold, you know, the spine here, to be sure the washi tape is inside that fold. So when I open and close the insert, the washi tape does not create a gap between it and that edge of the spine here. I'm gonna turn it around. And then I go to the middle, do the same thing I did with the clear tape. Just start in the middle, carefully run my finger along. There is going to be a little bit of a teeny tiny gap here just because that's how these inserts are made. So you are going to get this ridge going down the length of the journal. But it's on the back cover. I'll be using mixed media back here in a separate video that I will upload in a few days so you can see what I did. So that's not a big deal because all this is going to be covered on the back cover with mixed media. All right. Now we see if it pops up. The washi may pop up. Depends on the quality. Yeah, see, it's starting to pop up. Okay. This is how you fix that. And we're going to skip ahead here in the process a little bit for the front cover because I don't want this to come up, so I need to lay something down to protect it. So that's going to be more of our friendly neighborhood packaging tape. So again, I'm just going to cut a strip the length of the insert, judge it as best I can, and lay it down. I'm trying to think, I think that I'll just have the tape come up to here because I just need it to hold down this side. I think the front will be fine. Plus, I'm going to be putting a protective layer across the front anyway of, my trick is to use the clear contact paper, which you can find at Walmart. Amazon has it. It's pretty inexpensive. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description below of where I got my contact paper from, because it came in 3 rolls and it was like, I don't know, $8 or $9. It was under $10. So now I'm just gonna cut out a strip the length of the insert. Hope you're not listening on headphones. Oh, that's a teeny bit too long. Let me see. Yeah, but I can wrap it around the edge on the other side. Okay. And because I'll be using gesso on the back here, it will cover this tape. It will lay on top of this tape and create a surface I can paint on. That is the magic of gesso. So there we go. Now that washi is good and down. It is not going to go anywhere. Yeah, I think I will just trim that off. It's too short to really wrap it around the other side. There. I always keep a little scrap handy so I can stick all of my teeny bits to it. Oh, this is not coming apart, is it? No. Don't do that to me. No, no, no. Oh, crap. Look at that. It came off. Shoot. All right. Well, I'll have to figure something out. Interesting how, okay, I know what happened. The washi came off the back here because I was adhering it to the Scotch tape. Washi does not stick well to other tapes. It needs to stick to paper. Whereas here in the front, it's sticking to the decorative paper and also some Scotch tape right along here. But it's staying down because this edge is on actual paper. But when I put the contact paper on top, once I'm done decorating it, that will protect that, so it won't really matter. I don't know what I'm going to do about the cover coming off at the bottom here. Well, I have a long arm stapler. I guess what I'll do is I'll take the staples out of here and redo them, and I'll do that once I'm done with the cover. Actually, I may just take the cover off since it came off down here. I don't know. Decisions. I was not expecting this. I think I will pull it off because, I mean, it's already off. I'm already going to have to restaple it down at the bottom anyway. Oh, popped right off anyway. Staples are still in for the full insert, but this is what the front looks like. It has the same design. It comes with the same design. It's almost identical. It's a little bit different, and I didn't like the way the elements lined up along the edges, so I just took the other side of this red and white and cut it lengthwise the width of the insert and glued it down on there. So this is not originally what the cover looked like. It's real close. And then here it is on the back. There it is open. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. This is just me figuring out on the inside what I was gonna put on the pages and how many days I need for the insert for the month of August, because I don't do the weekends because I don't typically run errands on the weekends. I get all my stuff done on the weekdays because I am very blessed to be able to work from home, so I have that option. So what I'll do to finish up this cover is I will do a mixed media on this side. That's going to be in another video. So now will be the promised flip through. So you can see what I did with the interior. And then when I do the contact paper, that'll be on the next video. So this will be called part 1, and I'll have a part 2. There you go with that. Oh, well, you know what? I didn't finish decorating the cover, did I? I wanted to put some strawberries on there. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, here's the green cocoa daisy that came with the kit. I love that. I think it's really pretty. I know I wanted to do one of these little fairy houses. They are so cute. I don't remember where this washi tape in particular comes from. I want to say it's the washi tape shop as well. I do have an affiliate code with them. It'll be, all my affiliate codes will be down in the description. The only one I ever bother to put up on the screen is the Archer and Olive one. But yeah, that's purple. That'll be great because purple's my favorite color. And I always have something purple as an element on the front of something I'm creating. Or if it's a painting, it's gonna be one of the main colors because I just adore purple. And if you saw my introduction, you'll know I really love it because I've got purple hair. I'm just gonna cut this out. There goes my oven timer. Dinner's ready. Sorry about the beep. I will finish cutting this up, trimming it, and slap it down on the cover and go finish making dinner. In case you're wondering, we're gonna have roasted barbecued chicken wings. Yum, yum. And some baked beans and something else. I don't know what I'll have for a vegetable. All right, I want to do it like, oops, a little sticky. A fragment came off. I think I want to have it just right here. Or do I want to have it in the middle? No, because then it covers up that part I want to do down here. Sorry, I'm kind of mumbling and talking to myself. It's what I do when I create art anyway. I'll be up in my studio talking away, and my husband will be like, "Who are you talking to?" And I'll be like, "Myself." And he's like, "Are you answering yourself?" I'm like, "Maybe." There. Oh, doesn't that look pretty? Oh, it looks great there. Okay, and I really don't think I'm gonna put the strawberries on here. I don't think it won't work. That's too bad. I really wanted to use these on this journal, but I'll do them on another one. So there you go with this, and I will come back after dinner and take you through the flip through. Here is the promised flip through. I want to show you first what I did here. I used the Pentel Sign Touch pen for my lettering for the dates and the days of the week on the inside of the journal. And what I did is I chose some colors that I felt coordinated well with the colors within the insert, the pre-printed colors, and also the colors of the ephemera from Cocoa Daisy that I added in here, and then others from my own collection. And that way I could tell which Pentel Sign Touch pen would look good on which page. So that's what this is. This is just the calendar date along with the days of the week. I do not include the weekends in this because, like I said, I'm not going to be taking it out running around on the weekend. The weekend is for fun stuff, not errands or doctor's appointments. Not that you can see a doctor on the weekend, but you know what I'm saying. So I just wanted to keep track because I was skipping every weekend with the numbering. I didn't want to get off course with that because that's happened before. And I did make a few little mistakes in here. I covered them up as best I could, but you know, that's life and being human. So this is the cover, and this is what the back looks like. This is not the outer cover, the brown cover that comes over the insert when you order it. Of course, you know, you saw how that fell off when I was decorating the front of that cover. And I'm going to flip it around and do some mixed media on the back side. I'll be showing that in a part 2 video that'll be coming up in a few days. So what I did inside is I created a goals page. And despite having the grid to guide me, my letters shrank. I don't know what happened here. And then here having no grid, and my letters are pretty even. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. On the inside here is going to be my affirmations, and I just titled that Affirm I Am, and because they're positive affirmations, they're supposed to be stated in present tense. And so you say, I am, you know, healthy and happy, I am successful in my job, and so on. And then here I just created a little title for that page because I wasn't going to do anything beyond the decorative over there. This is from an ephemera sticker pack, and I will try to link to the materials I used below. I won't be linking to any of the 𝗂𝗂𝗿𝗂𝗍 stuff. If you want her stuff, just go to her site, because I'm not a rep or an affiliate or anything. So, but I will go ahead and link to what I used on Amazon if I can find it there. Because a lot of this stuff, well, not a lot, but some of it comes from my own ephemera collection, and I don't remember where I got it. This is 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃 Studio. She is on Instagram, all one word, 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗃 Studio. She creates the loveliest kits. August, having all the feels, hot AF, and not in a good way, because that's August here in Houston. Now here's for the first, no it's not, wait, did I skip a page? No, I'm just having a brain fart. Wait a minute. Am I still having a brain fart, or did I majorly screw up here? Okay, this is supposed to be a 1. It kind of looks like a 4 because I did screw up, so that's why I confused myself. August 1st is going to be on a Friday, so this is for August the 1st. On her paper, there is a little bit of bleed through from the Pentel Sign Touch pens, which I found to be honestly quite disappointing because the paper itself feels really nice, really thick. But I don't know, that ink just somehow managed to seep through. Over here, I was calling Monday the 5th when it was actually the 4th because I skipped Saturday the 2nd and Sunday the 3rd. This is all ephemera from my own collection, and not sure where I got it. I did get these off of Amazon. They came in like 3 or 4 rolls of washi, which I thought was a great deal. The adhesive on here doesn't like to stick too well sometimes. It's kind of like a hit and miss. Peaceful, Easy Feeling, one of my favorite songs by the Eagles, and I immediately thought of that when I saw this lovely background that 𝗂𝗂𝗿𝗂𝗍 had put in this insert. This again comes from an ephemera sticker book. We go on to Tuesday the 5th, and again 𝗂𝗂𝗿𝗂𝗍 paper and a fairy ephemera sticker book. More fairy ephemera I got from who knows where. This is actually really good, thick cardstock, and it comes on a key ring. This is pre-printed on the page, and this is a roll of washi fairy houses that I got from the washi tape shop, and if you look below, I do have an affiliate code for them that gives you a 10% discount. And then over here, this is also from the washi tape shop, but it was a freebie roll of washi included in one of my orders a long time ago. I don't know if they carry this anymore, to be quite honest. And then just various ephemeras from, sticker books and rolls of washi. This is actually a really wide roll of washi, this newspaper background that I bought from the little craft place. They are where washi tape goes when it dies. I mean, they have what's called the washi wall. Oh my God, it is so amazing there. And it's only 30 minutes from my house, so it's extremely dangerous to go there. I can never get out with less than $200 worth of spending, but oh my God, they've got the most awesome stuff there. And then we have a quote page from 𝗂𝗂𝗿𝗂𝗍, and it says, "Life is not always perfect, but it's always what you make it. So make it count, make it memorable, and never let anyone steal your happiness." Amen to that. 8/8 Lionsgate Portal, that's a very strong energy day, and I always make note of that because I'm always doing extra witchy things on that day and sending out healings to my clients and everything, so it's really, really busy. Monday the 11th, and again, just for my own collection, all this. This is 𝗂𝗂𝗿𝗂𝗍 washi. And this is a strip, and down here as well, of this sheet that came with the kit. And then we have this pre-printed background here, and the 𝗂𝗂𝗿𝗂𝗍 washi, another one of those really adorable fairy houses. and some other imagery I just glued from my various collections on here. This leafy washi is also Cocoa Daisy. So is this, and that, and that. Over here, another one of the fairy houses. This washi, I don't specifically remember where I got it from. I love it. It's a PET tape, and I believe I got it from Little Craft Place, but don't quote me on that. And this comes from a PET sticker book by 𝗂𝗃 Crafts. It came in one of her treasure boxes last year sometime, I think maybe in the spring or the summer. And then again, ephemera I have on hand. You'll see this washi tape again and again throughout the insert. I really like it in this insert, and it's a washi tape I didn't really ever use before. It's just so gorgeous. A pre-printed page, excuse me, that I never want to put anything on because it's so pretty. And I may actually pull this out when I'm done with this insert and use it in something. Maybe put it on the cover of another TN insert. I think that would make a gorgeous cover. And then over here we've got the middle page. Again, the leafy Cocoa Daisy washi. This is cardstock ephemera. I can't remember where I got it from. So sorry. I wish I could, because I'd like to get another ring, because I remember the site had like 4 or 6 sets of ephemera on metal rings for sale, and I only bought 2 of them. I always wanted to go back and get the rest, and I never did, and now I really regret it, because they were all gorgeous. And this is also a roll of washi from the washi tape shop. I just cut them out individually. You don't have to do any fussy cutting, just cut along the edge, and I use them as stickers. Over here, another washi from the washi tape shop, and again, that same pale green background rose washi here, and some more ephemera from a fairy sticker book. This is a tip-in, because I kind of went nutso with the deco, and I figure I may need extra space to write for Tuesday the 18th, so that's why the tip-in is there. And then we have Wednesday the 20th. This again was the original background paper, and it covers the whole page. Cocoa Daisy included 2 sheets of plain white cardstock in their kit, so I just cut a page and distressed it with Ranger Tim Holtz Distress Inks and glued it on top. Added a couple of bits of ephemera from my own collection. This is all my own collection as well. And then here we have washi tape that spells out tulip. There's a tulip. It was the only one I could find. Some more florals and fairies, so you can see there's a definite theme here. And then we have this background, really pretty butterfly paper that's also on the exterior cover that you saw me playing with earlier. And this is washi tape stickers that I got from Temu a long time ago. That's a Cocoa Daisy butterfly. As you can see, it's identical to this one pretty much. And Cocoa Daisy as well. And I decided to be a little bit clever and write the date over here. And then we have Wednesday the 27th. You've got other stuff from the Cocoa Daisy kit. These are really nice. These are hefty cardstock stickers. And there's actually cardboard stickers in that kit as well. It's in the, what was the name of it? The garden kit, summer garden kit, something like that, that I ordered in addition to this insert and the kit that coordinates with this insert. And then here we have real pretty background paper. I did add this whole area just because it had the matching ferns. I had already put the fern on this page to coordinate with this one, and I thought that would just pull it all together, which it really does. I think that looks really nice. Added this for a bit of interesting contrast. And then we have Thursday the 28th. This was pre-printed on the page. This is a washi tape sticker from Temu, as well as this and these florals. in the center here. And the butterfly is another cardstock sticker from Cocoa Daisy. And then we go to the monthly recap. The final page is all deco. Again, I'm going to leave that as is. I did glue in a Cocoa Daisy butterfly. That's actually a cardstock sticker. I didn't have to glue that in. And these, oh God, just eucalyptus sleeves. Oh, my mind just went blank. Are also cardstock stickers, as well as these journaling supplies. And that's for my own collection. I don't remember where I got that either, unfortunately. And that's it. That concludes the flip through. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you'd like to see more videos of this nature of me working in designing the pages and my inserts and stuff, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to make videos like that for you. So thanks a lot for watching. If you're not already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I will have the link below to my newsletter. And I hardly ever send out a newsletter, so I'm not going to bombard you with spam or anything like that. So thank you for being there. This is 𝗪𝗀𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗪, the Positive Vibes artist. I'm wishing you all a very blessed day ahead.